Alright guys, here we are. Surging Spark tier list from your boys, Shiny Paper Boys. And we're gonna just cut to this chase, get straight to it. Getting started out here, just gonna go ahead and pop all the A specs into their own tier. They're cool cards, you know, you're happy to pull them, right? But first up, we got EX Durant. Kind of cool. Got a little action going on. So we'll take that into consideration. This is going to be let's call it a C tier. Next up is the Ceruledge EX. Ceruledge EX looks sick. The tarot card looks so cool. With the sword coming over the top there, you're pretty happy to pull this. So, we'll call this a B tier. We have the Scovillian EX. This one's okay looking. I don't know, not my favorite Pokemon. I'm gonna put that in C tier. Melodic EX. I think Melodic's always been a pretty cool looking Pokemon. Definitely different. This is a decent looking card. We're gonna go B tier. Then we got the Black Kyurem EX. Another cool looking card. Got some action there. Some blaring over the claws. I'm probably happy to pull that. Let's call that a B. Alright, one of the big guns here. Pikachu EX Terra. This is just an awesome looking card. Obviously, partially what the set gets its name for. This is definitely going to be an A tier card. You're happy pulling that for sure. Kilowattrel EX. All I can think of is the penguins from Madagascar when I'm looking at this card. But it's pretty cool for that. We're getting a B. Latias EX. You got some wind action on there. I think Latias is my lesser favorite of the two, but still pretty cool Pokemon. Regardless. So this one's going to find its way into B tier as well. Sylveon EX. Now this tarot card I think is one that lots of people are going to be stoked about. I think it's really cool looking. This is an A tier card for sure. One that you're definitely hoping to pull, Palisand EX, another tarot card. See this one though, I don't know, this Pokemon's kind of silly to me. It's just a sandcastle. So this one's going to be a C tier for me. Flygon EX. This one's pretty cool. It has a good amount of action going on around it. Flygon's a, okay Pokemon. Not one of my more favorites, but it's going to be a C tier. Maybe we go to B just because it's an older Pokemon and it's a Terra card. You're pretty happy to pull that. Hydreigon EX. Now this one's pretty sick. Definitely, dragon types are always favorites. Hard not to love a dragon type, but I think this card is kind of lacking a lot of character, so I'm actually gonna go B tier for this one. Then we got the Archaludon EX. Little explosion happening at the end here. This Pokemon I don't, really get either. It's kind of like a building or whatever. The EX has a lot of action on it, so we'll give this a C just for the effect and the look. Alright. Alolan Exeggutor EX. Now this one's pretty sick. It's got a lot of character with the faces. Just a lot to like. I think Alolan Exeggutor was a really cool remix on an original Pokemon, so this one's gonna be an A tier. I would definitely be pretty happy to pull that one. Tatsugiri EX. Of the Terra Pokemon, this is probably the one that I want to pull the least. So for that, this one's gonna find its way to F tier. And that might upset some people because it is a tarot card and it is ultimately pretty cool, but this is one that I pulled this card, I'm going to be not stoked about it. Then we got I'm gonna grab, just to finish the Terra Pokemon, I'm gonna grab the Cyclizar EX. This one's pretty cool, kind of a creepy looking hand movement going on there, but again, another kind of silly Pokemon, but I like this one better than that one, so we're gonna go C tier. Then here we got the Slaking EX. Slaking's a, cooler Pokemon, kind of a, monkey Snorlax, but it's a cooler, older Pokemon. This card itself has a good amount of motion and stuff going on it. I think it looks pretty cool. This one's going to be a B tier for me. Then the Flamigo EX. This is another one, kind of a flamingo Pokemon. It's cool, I guess. Kind of has a silly face. I wouldn't be as upset to pull this as the Tatsugiri. I don't know, something about this I just don't like. But now we're getting into the illustration rares, which there are some bangers in this set. So let's get into these. First of which being this the Sporty Execute. I love this one. You got them all separated. One of them's, they're all a little bit more cracked. They're all beat up. I think this is really, really cool. This is an A tier for me, for sure. Next up is the Vivillon. This card has like a realistic feel to it. This is pretty cool. I think it looks nice. You have a little bokeh effect, focusing on the wings, and then the trees in the back are blurred out. This is a really nice looking card. I think it's, kind of novel when they do the realism looking cards, so this one's going to be a B tier for me for sure. Still no S tiers yet, but we're getting there. We are getting there for sure. Next up is Shinotic. This card is like eerie, mushrooms and spooky mushroom looking art. I think it looks really cool. I don't really like mushrooms. It looks pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a B. Next up is the Castform, and while that is a 3rd gen Pokemon that I think is really cool, and I just like the idea of having all these different forms and everything, the card itself the art is like extra cartoony, but in a, like, I don't know. I don't really know how to describe what I'm feeling here, but I'm not loving it. This one's gonna go in C tier. Now, next up is an absolute banger in this Ceruledge. This Pokemon looks so cool, just very stoic, and the coloring on it is amazing. The detailing in the background, just really good piece of art. I think this is gonna be our first S rank of the day. Good looking card. Next is the Phoebus, and being in a part of the Milotic evolutionary line, like I think this is a cool looking Pokemon. I like the idea. Same thing with Magikarp into Gyarados. They're like goofy fish that evolve into these awesome, strong Pokemon. I think the Phoebus is really interesting art. He's kind of like looking up through the reeds. You have the detail of the light coming down, shining on him, and of course his goofy face, and I think that's awesome. A tier. Spheal is another one. This is just, classic, cartoony, silly looking, fun having, very cute Spheal. This is good. I'm liking this one a lot. This is another A tier for me. Bruxish. So I don't love the colors of the Bruxish very much, but I think that the art that's going around in the card around it, you have your coral and the seaweed, and just like the detail of the undersea in there makes it a really cool looking card. So I'm gonna go ahead with B tier for this card. Definitely a good looking one. Cetitan. Now this one is I don't know, not one of my favorites. I'm thinking this is a bit of one of the weaker ones. Pokemon aside, I think that the art here, it's kind of hard to distinguish the cliff that the Pokemon's standing on from the actual sky in the background, and the background is pretty low detail. You're still happy to pull this. It's not an F tier, but C tier for me. Now we come to absolute banger, Latios. I mean, what is there to not say about this? This is an amazing piece of art. they capture the sunbeams really well on the sunset, and there's a lot of atmosphere to the card as he's flying over this coastal city. It's just a really great card. S tier. Mesprit, this is another one, really beautiful looking card. Has a lot of the same details and hits a lot of the same beats as the Latios, but you do kind of get a little bit lost because the Mesprit gets a little bit lost in the background there, because of the fact that, you know, it is similar colors to the background. So still a really top tier card art, but I'm going A tier on this one. Phanpy is next up, and this was one of my actually more liked Pokemon from this generation. I just think it's super cute, it's fun, its evolution is cool looking, and it was different enough while also, you know, being new, and also, you know, kind of having that throwback to like Rhyhorn and everything, that it looked pretty cool. So but as far as the art here, you know, Phanpy's trotting along, looking really cute, hopping along. You got some detail in the shadows. It's a really cool looking card, but if they had been able to incorporate some level of like sunbeams or something, I think it'd go a little bit higher, but this is going to be a B tier for me. See, now this Vibrava, this is the next card up, has another, you know, kind of more realistic approach to the art. Has that bokeh effect behind the Pokemon that looks really cool. The leaves and the tree is detailed, and it just is a really good looking card. I like it a lot. A tier. Now the Clobbopus, this one is silly, it's fun. He's got like sand in a bottle, breaking coconuts, chopping wood. You know, it's not the most detailed or sophisticated art piece, but it's fun and it's cute, and I really like it. So this is going to be a B tier for me. Dugtrio, the Alolan Dugtrio is next up. This is it's really awesome, just kind of hanging out on the edge, looking out over the sea. I would have liked to see a little like more detail with the clouds in the background and the sky, maybe some, you know, moving wind, some sort of, you know, action like that. A little action in the card would have been really nice. Overall, not too bad, but it's one of the lesser detailed ones. I'm going C tier. Next up is this Skarmory that is absolutely beautiful. This is one of my favorite cards in this set, you know, by far. I think that this is just, I mean, the fact, I love Skarmory very much. I remember, you know, playing with, trying to catch a Skarmory and using it a lot in battles in the games, and just one of my favorite Pokemon. I think it's, and this art here I think is absolutely top tier. S tier. Next we have Flapple. Flapple, I think this one is, this Flapple's pretty cool. The apple's breaking apart and has a more detailed look. I think it's pretty cool. I do think the Pokemon gets a little bit lost in there, but it's very detailed, and I think that deserves something. B tier. Appleton. Now this is just adorable. Look at this guy going after the apples, and it's just a really nice looking card. Very cute, happy. I think you know, good detailed art. Again, a little bit of a bokeh effect focus, you know, with the apples in the front, on the front right of the card. I think you're happy to pull this. B tier. Kecleon. Now this is pretty interesting. You got the all different colored Kecleons hiding in the background. This is a really cool looking card. I think it would have been pretty neat if you had one that blended, like if there was one hidden in the background that kind of blended a little bit better as like an Easter egg. I think that would have been really cool, but overall it's a pretty good looking card. I think you're happy to pull it, but and maybe a little background action would have taken this a bit further, but it's a cool looking card. C tier. Now this Braviary is awesome. You know, the brushstroke action and the sun in the background. Just really good piece of art. You know, it has kind of like a Van Gogh, you know, like a classic art style feel to it. And I think it's a really cool one. You're happy to pull this. B tier. All right, keeping it moving, keeping it grooving. Let's see here. We got this Black Kyurem EX. these cards are, they're pretty cool. I'm not the most partial to these these styles of alternate art. I tend to like more of a scene going on than just like the Pokemon itself, but I think it's a cool looking card. It's a cool Pokemon for sure, but this is going to be C tier for me. Now you come to another one of the, obvious premier cards of the set. This Terra Pikachu is awesome, just looks really good. Pikachu's happy, very cute. I think this is a good one, A tier. Now we have the Latias. Same thing kind of goes with what I said about the Kyurem, but the one difference here, I would say, is that the Latias kind of sticks out from the background because his colors have her colors, or whatever their colors, have a little bit of a distinction from it, as well as there is this like tunneling effect on the background that gives it some more detail. So this one for me is going to be a B tier. Now we got the Terra Flygon EX, illustration rare. This one's really cool. It's definitely, I think it's definitely better than the regular EX version. He's just looking happy and cute, looking off to the side. It's a pretty good one. I'm going A tier on that. Now, the Golden Archaludon EX, I think that this one's pretty sweet. You got a little bit going on in the background. Again, not the biggest fan of some of these style cards, but, I think just, which would make me go F, to be honest with this, but just by the virtue of the gold background, I gotta go C tier on that. Next, we got the Terra Alolan Exeggutor. This one, again, is awesome. I mean, just a lot of character in the faces. I think it's mostly has to do with the Pokemon. Sparkles are cool. I mean, it's a good-looking card. I don't think, there's kind of not a whole lot going on here, but it's a good-looking card. B tier. Not much more to say about the Cyclizar either. Kind of same going on, but just because I like Exeggutor more, this one's going to be a C tier. Moving on to some of the trainer cards, which, not the biggest fan of the trainer cards. I get it. I get why the people like them, but Cyrano, this one is, it's decent. He's tipping the hat, whatever. He's got, see a bit of his, I guess that, the gym in the background. That one's pretty cool. We're going C tier on that. Drasna, it's okay. You got the vases, some background, some detail in the background. Cool. Another C tier there. Now, Drayton, I think, looks pretty cool. The background, you have the mountains in the background. You got clouds. Kind of gives you a sense of, like, depth and movement. It's a decent looking card. This one's going to be B tier for me. Now we get to Jasmine's Gaze. This art's, it's okay. There's not a whole lot going on in the background, but there is a little bit of movement there. The colors are decent. This one's going to be a B tier. You know what? I take that back. That one's going to be C tier for me. Then we got Lycia's Appeal. This one, a lot going on in the background, kind of on a stage. Looks pretty cool. This one's B tier. Now we have Surfer. This one, I think, the only thing keeping this card out of F tier is kind of the detail on the beach and the clouds in the background. After thinking about it, saying that out loud, this guy needs some company down here. That's going to be an F tier as well. Milotic EX. Now this card is just absolutely gorgeous. Again, just a cool looking Pokemon, but look at him looking up or her up to the sky. You have the sunbeams, the rays, you have detail underwater. There's like this feeling of transition there, and I just think that's really amazing. S tier. Now, what we all came here for, the look back at it, Pikachu EX. I mean, this card is beautiful. It's really, really nice looking card. I think that, kind of have to give it an S tier. It's a top tier card. I would very much be chasing that one. Latias. This is another one that's, really good looking card. They did it really well. Obviously, this is like you could probably, I think you can put these two pieces together, the Latias and the Latios, and this is the other half of that, and it's really, really nice looking. I do like the Latios better, but because they're more or less a pair, that's going to be an S tier. Archaludon EX, this one, again, you know, like I said about these, there's not a whole lot going on here, but there is more going on than the Kyurem, because he's got lightning and stuff, and so this one's going to be C tier, and I'm actually going to amend this from earlier and put the Kyurem down in F tier. I just think it's a boring card. There's nothing going on. Now the special art, Alolan Exeggutor Terra EX. I mean, this card is beautiful. There's so much going on. The color scheme is amazing. I like the appearance of the Terra cards in general, but this one is really, really good looking card. Kind of seeing this sunset and everything. That's gotta be an S tier. Now we have the alternate art Drayton. This one's really cool, kind of shopping at the store, looking at snacks and stuff. It's a fun card. Very nice. A tier. And then finally, Lycia's Appeal with the Altaria in the background. This is a really, really nice looking card. Altaria is an awesome Pokemon, you know, and I just think there's a lot going on. There's a lot of character to this one. S tier. That's the Surging Sparks tier list coming out November 8th. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe, do all that stuff, and we will see you next time.